Oh, clap.
He's got 10 minutes already. I don't know what the hell's happening.
12 seconds.
Okay, so we're
Oh.
gonna actually ask Scott what we're gonna talk about.
Did we clap?
Yeah, we clap.
Okay. This is our take on, if you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Oh,
I would want to be invisible.
Invisible?
Yeah.
That's a great superpower. Wow.
yeah, because then you
I
can
didn't even-
sneak into
Don't
people's
steal
houses.
it. You can't have
No,
it.
you can
You
sneak
have to
into
get another one.
You can sneak into people's houses and watch people
Do what?
I don't want to do that.
have conversations around the kitchen table.
Oh, yeah.
So why invisible?
I don't know. I'm like,
Fly.
all the other stuff is minor compared to being invisible and going about your day. And I'm not really concerned with what other people say or what they're doing. I just want to be able to be a fly on the wall anywhere I go.
I'd like to fly.
Oh, that would be mine too.
Fly.
No, you can't take my
I know.
super-
No, I
you
can't.
said no. You said invisible.
No,
I said
I was
fly.
here. I can't do flying now because Mark took flying. Go ahead.
You take flying, and I'll
No,
take something
go.
else.
Go.
I would like to superpower. Read people's minds.
You just said flying.
Well, you said you took it.
No,
so I
take
got-
flying. I don't give
Okay,
it.
flying.
It's
What's
not going to
yours?
happen,
What's-
but you can have
Oh,
it.
I
you don't
fly.
wanna- you
when
don't
I
like to
drink,
fly in a
when I
plane?
drink, I fly a lot.
Why would you want to fly as a superpower?
Because you just fly over, and I dream
You can fly.
about
If you could
flying.
fly with Superman speed, how great would that be?
Yeah, you could reverse time.
You could.
And we go back and save 9/11.
You could fly wherever you want in like 5 seconds.
I don't know.
So you want-
I think he's influenced by he's friends with Ilya. So the super.
Oh,
Ilya
Ilya
Solkin?
Solkin, who produced Superman movie. He's a great guy. What's your superpower?
He is a great guy.
He is a great guy.
You
What's
said
your
he was
superpower?
a great guy.
No,
Well, no, why? But why flying? What did you say?
because I just think to lift up right now, and there's a beautiful view here.
Go ahead, go do
and
it.
fly.
Go
well,
tr-
I
go
might.
tr-
I
go
might-
try it.
Well, I'm
Go
hooked
to the
up
top
to
of
a
the house and
microphone.
see where and see where you
I
end
need a
up.
towel. I need a towel
Why did
for
I
a
think
cape.
something else?
No, I need a towel for a cape. But what would your superpower be? Oh, X-ray vision. X-ray vision, and I'd go to a club
What kind of clothes?
so I could see.
X-ray vision.
No, that would.
I wouldn't want
through.
X-ray
I mean, I'm saying through homes, not to see people. I'm saying
To see through homes?
No, you see bad guys coming to you. You could see things happening. X-ray vision.
All right. So you would do what? You would do invisibility.
Yeah.
You would do
Flying.
flying. I would do. I'd like to be like. I'd like to be like Mr. Incredible. Unbelievable strength.
Wait, is that an old sitcom?
The
No.
Incredibles.
Oh, excuse me. I'm
Pixar
going
movie.
back to the 70s. Okay.
I like that.
Incredibles,
I
the
like
Fantastic Four, the stretchy guy.
Yeah. Well,
Mr. No,
No, the Incredibles.
the Incredible, Mr. Incredible.
Pixar.
so
No,
he
the
was.
stretchy guy is Mr.
He was
Fa-
Plastic
is,
Man. Plastic Man.
No, I don't know. Whatever it is.
That was the stretch guy.
Mr. Fantastic?
Probably, yeah.
I don't know. I would like to have like
I would like to stretch something
I,
that I have, but that's a whole different superpower. Yeah.
You don't need a superpower. You
No, I need.
no, I'd like
something.
to have like incredible power, where like nobody could mess with me.
Could you control people?
No, I don't
Like
want to
say,
control.
stop.
I don't want to control people. No, I don't want to do that.
don't you think Aquaman's a waste of a superpower?
He
Yeah,
has
'cause
superpowers. He's
I know, but
powerful.
He just
you
communicates
talk to
with fish.
What are you gonna do with
Yeah.
that? They don't,
I used to write Super Friends, and that's all
Nobody,
Aquaman
nobody
could
gives
do.
a shit.
No one
But,
cares. Hanna-Barbera, 1977.
How do you remember
I did.
dates like
And look,
that?
Sean watched
Because he goes
it.
home every night and he has a list of everything he's done. 1970, Leprechaun.
I watch
was
it. Are you kidding?
1985 was Leprechaun. What was Leprechaun?
1993. the first one.
1993. When
I
was it
just
released?
drink
What
and
was
I
it? What
watch-
was the date it was released?
93.
What date?
January 8th.
Think I'm joking?
I just go home and watch everything I ever wrote and drink.
So what do you do for
and
the,
get
for the
sad
next
and cry.
24 hours of the day?
I do that
The next
24 hours
23
a
hours.
day.
No, but then it takes you, what, 45 minutes to watch everything you've
the hell is
done?
going on?
Wow! Did you hear what he just said? No, no one sees that, George. Don't
right.
touch. No,
The China ball's going crazy.
no. I just, you know what? I'm
This
such
is
a
so
happy
off
guy.
the rails right now.
This is a
Look,
crazy
just
podcast.
so you all know,
Yeah.
they're both a little intoxicated.
We had
They're
a little
both a little
scotch. Oh, look, he's
intoxicated.
touching.
And I don't drink.
He doesn't
so
drink.
I'm the only guy. I'm the
He's
guy
the
driving the
steadying
boat
hand.
right now.
Yeah.
So you know.
And
how
Scott
dri-
puts
I
up with
feel like
us.
I'm in
Thankfully.
disco. You can't see that.
No, you can't see that.
Thankfully, Scott understands us and puts up with us. He's actually very good.
So what? So what would? You, okay. So you're in a bar,
When am I not?
and there's a really, like you don't know him, really like fall down drunk guy getting into his car. What would you do?
I would say, "Are you okay? And can you drive?"
Can you
And-
drive me home?
Oh my God, that's hysterical. Yes. No, I would
What if he
say.
lives more than 3 miles from your home?
Then I can't do it. No, I would say, "Do you need a ride home?" And I would probably call parking attendants and say, "This guy can't drive." Yeah, I'm responsible about that.
Would you stop the guy, George?
Yeah,
you would?
I would. I would
Okay.
try.
I've
to-
actually done that.
So you're driving home tonight?
No, of
You're
course.
sleeping with George?
I'm going to stay at George's house.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm one of these guys that if I drank too much, I don't drive.
You ever been stopped for a DUI?
Yes.
Were you drunk? Yes.
No.
George?
My lights were turned off, and it was a weird thing. And they stopped me for that, and they gave me the sobriety test, and I was okay. But I
right.
probably had a few drinks, and I was
Okay.
very nervous.
George?
I got stopped one time. No, twice. I got stopped twice. And the first time, I was giving a friend a ride home from a bar,
Talk a little slower.
and she started kissing me in the car.
I'm sorry.
And
Your story is great.
it kind of threw me off, and I got pulled over, and they gave me this full-blown sobriety test. I passed it.
Really? Were you drunk?
Yeah.
I'm not sure,
Yes.
Yes.
but this was in Youngstown, and my cousin was somebody in the court system working. He was a bailiff somewhere,
Yeah, we don't care where he was.
and they asked me for my license. I gave it to them. That's actually what I've done. I touched my nose and did all this stuff, and they go, "You related to this guy?" And I wasn't sure if I should say yes or no.
This is
Or if
Youngstown.
you
Yeah.
remember.
They're all
Yeah.
corrupt in
So I said-
Youngstown, by the
so
way.
I go, yes. He goes, "Okay, you can go."
Oh, wow.
I know, it's funny. It was like, it's an even bet here. I didn't know what to say.
Today you can't get out of it. Today you could be best friends with the cop.
Oh, years ago, they
in
kids,
Youngstown, you can get away with it.
No, I know. I'm saying today. And
years ago, they just go home. Get out of here. Go home.
I
right?
remember I probably had too much to drink, and I pulled off the freeway. It was probably 1975, and the cop said, "Have you been drinking?" I said, "Yes." He goes, "Do you think you're drunk?" And I said, "No." And he put a flashlight in my eyes. He said, "Well, you look like you've been drinking." He said, "Where do you live?" And I was living with my parents, and I said, "I'm just 2 blocks to the thing." He goes, "Okay, will you just go right home?" And I go, "Yes, sir." And I drove right home. Today, they pull me out, they do it, and then maybe I probably had too much. Yeah.
And I'm
Different-
not
different
proud
world.
of this, but
Oh, good.
Bill O'Coin, who is my business partner. He was a big manager in the music business. He managed Kiss and Billy Idol and Billy Squier and a bunch. He loved to find new acts, and he liked wine.
What
But
sort of acts?
every time we went to a meeting, we would wind up drinking a bottle of wine. And there's one day where there was like 4 really important meetings, and I took him back home to his hotel, and I was going home, and I was at Van Owen and Valley Circle, which is literally 1 block from my home, and I fell asleep at the red light. And I
Really?
Yeah, I kind of drifted through it, and the cop was right behind me. He put on his lights like that, and he pulled me over.
Wow.
And he goes, "Give me your license," and I made some excuse about my contacts. I was like,
Yeah.
and he went back to his car, and he came back. He goes, "This is your lucky day." And I go, "What?" And he goes, "There's some emergency I got to go to."
Oh,
And
my
he goes,
God.
Yes.
I go, "I live right there." And he goes, "Go home."
Wow.
Yeah, you
And
got lucky.
he goes, "This is your lucky day." And it
Wow.
was my lucky night.
Have you
I've been stopped.
But
Really?
you don't drink.
I wasn't
You
drunk.
rarely
I
drink.
didn't-
Why did they stop
So
you?
why did you stop?
I didn't have. I would not drive ever if I had even
No, I
even
know
a
that.
whiff of alcohol.
Absolutely.
I was driving down La Cienega with a buddy of mine on a weekend night, and he was and we were laughing. So I was swerving. I was just swerving. I was playing with the radio and messing with him, and he was joking with me. And lights go on. I went, oh shit, and I pulled over into a gas station, and the guy and the cop got out. He says, get out of the car, and he says, put your hand behind your head and lace your fingers together.
Did he know you, by the way? Oh, sorry. Well, no, that's
And-
important. He's a celebrity.
So this has got to be in the 90s. And he grabbed my hand. He didn't hurt me, just held my hand like this. But I have to set this up with this. I was at Chaya Brasserie on Alden. Well, whatever.
No, that's in the that mall there.
No, Chaya was on like that little street by the hospital, by Cedars. Whatever. And I was in the
Thank you.
restaurant, and a waitress spilled an entire tray of drinks on me. I mean, my jacket was wringing wet with alcohol.
Yeah.
So I get out of the car, and the guy's behind me, and he says, were you drinking? And I go, no, sir. He goes, were you drinking? I said, no. He comes around in front of me. He says, I'm going to ask you one more time, were you drinking? And I said, no, sir. He says, blow into my hand. And I blew into his hand, and he went,
Oh.
he said, I said, sir, smell my jacket. And he thought I was being a wise ass.
Yeah.
And I said, please smell my jacket. And he smells. He says, what the hell? I said, the waitress spilled an entire tray of drinks on me. I stink of alcohol. I have had nothing to drink. You can do whatever you want to me. Now, as I'm doing this, 3 squad cars pull up
course.
because his partner radioed. So the guy frisked me. The guy frisked me, went in my pockets, the back, the whole thing. And I'm like, sir, and I got through it. And finally, all the other guys came up. And it was me. They knew I was, I was on television at the time, and they all come up hanging out. We're talking in the corner for like a half hour, and it was fun. And then I turned to the cop and I said, they were great. And I said to him, can I ask you a question? He goes, sure. I said, you frisked me. I said, what were you looking for? And he said, anything.
Yeah. They
He
get
said,
shot.
because I didn't know what you were doing. He said, I didn't know what you were on because you were dry. I said, I know, and I apologize. I apologize.
good for you.
And he said, all right, you guys have a good night. I'll see you later. That's my story.
That wasn't the Beverly Center?
No.
I remember the Child Brasserie being the Beverly
No,
Center. Huh.
no, it was a standalone building, right on Alden. Right, it was like almost across the street from the Ivy.
Oh,
Almost
really?
like you cross a street and keep
okay.
going down the Ivy. But the cops were great, and I was like, thank God I didn't have anything because they would have pulled me in.
Cops have pulled over little girls and don't frisk them, and they've pulled guns and shot them. So
Look.
they know these stories. So
You pull me over.
You search me. You do
pull
what
me
you need
over,
to feel
I'm fine.
safe.
I'll comply
Yeah.
with whatever
Just
you need me to comply
And they're
with.
not going to bother you if you cooperate.
yeah.
They just
So-
want to be safe.
So anyway, they were wonderful guys, and that's my
That's your DUI
that's
story.
My DUI story.
Yeah.
Anyway,
You were going to say something else.
I was not.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say.
I thought you were too. I thought
yeah,
you were going to say
I
something.
thought you were going to say something about. Did you ever put your dog down? No, we covered that. No, I thought you were saying. But George and I are drunk.
Do not speak for me.
Okay, cut.
David Price, come in here. David, come here. David Price directed Children of the Corn 2. David, come in here.
It won't be in, but
Yes, it will. David Price, we're actually shooting at his house. He's got a beautiful house in the hills of Woodland Hills. David Price directed Children of the Corn 2.
Dr. Jekyll and Mrs. Hyde.
No one knows that movie, so we don't even bring it up.
And,
He also was a
and
co-producer of Leprechaun.
He's responsible for Leprechaun, David Price.
Okay, David Price was
He
not
saved.
responsible.
He
saved Leprechaun.
They were going to fire Mark Jones,
Oh,
and they
wow.
put David on the case to watch him, and he saved him.
Yeah, and
Am I
David
lying?
and I.
Am I lying?
Yes, you're totally
Dave?
lying. You're totally lying. Dave, we need to edit
Oh no,
this.
David
Well,
was in
that's right.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Say
and other
your
movies.
line. Say your famous line.
That kid's
Guy's been stoned since the 3rd grade.
Look up, and who are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm registered.
Give the name.
Spicoli.
Penn.
Spicoli.
Yeah, they don't.
Spicoli.
Yeah, because they're not going to recognize you. So it was Sean Penn. So David and I became good friends.
Dave, you want to sit for a minute? You guys can go back and forth. It'd be great.
I'm fine.
No, he's good. He's
Here,
good. So
here,
let me
here.
explain something.
I'm good.
David and I met. He was a co-producer on Leprechaun. He saved my ass because he had directed Children of the Corn 2, which did not do the business that Leprechaun did. And he was supposed to watch over me because it was my first directing picture. And David and I became good friends. We're still good friends because David gives me money.
I think we should go back to the episode where does Mark Jones talk too much?
Yes, I totally talk
Yeah.
too much.
Yeah.
David, you talk. Let's just be
thank
solid.
you for letting me live in your extra.
No, you're living
Come
in this
on,
time.
George.
Stop, George. David.
George is
tell-
invisible right now.
Let's let David talk. David, talk.
Here, hold on.
No, I have I have nothing to say other than, thank goodness we met.
Yes.
And
What did I tell you about Dave?
You don't have to.
You get
do
him on
that. I
camera
can
and he'll go
talk
and
into
he'll be a
Mark's
nice man.
mind.
He's not going to be combative.
Wait, go on.
I said to
Let Dave talk.
I said to Mark, Mark said I don't want to do a podcast with Dave because Dave will be mean, and I said I disagree. Dave will be nice and he'll be respectful, and he's being nice and
You
respectful.
just ashed in my wine.
Thank God. Thank God.
All right. Anyway,
Okay,
that's,
wait,
go.
no,
Take it over.
David, what do you have to say? This is your
Just say
shot.
it.
I don't have anything to say other than I'm glad we met. And then we ended up having another connection because of Glenn Larson,
Yes.
who I had known since I was a kid.
Started me in the business.
And anyway, so.
Okay, that's great.
All right.
Okay, David, get out of here.
Yeah.
Good night.
I can't believe you asked.
I broke my clip.
You know
for
what?
the
Just pour more
microphone.
wine and you won't see the ash. Have you ever? What is
Did
your
you miss?
biggest regret in show business? What's your biggest regret?
My
in
biggest
show-
regret is getting to know you. That's my
Okay.
biggest regret.
Then I guess we can end right now.
See up my nose with the